Hey you guys, it's Anne Marie. Happy Sunday. Well, I just recorded an amazing video. I never do videos like this when I already have cards out because it's just how I am and how I like any readings. I like to see the shuffle and see the cards. But the reading was so amazing that I'm going against what I don't do because it was an amazing read, and I think there's some people who need to hear it. So I pulled from my new Fairy Forest Oracle deck, right? And I pulled 3 cards first, and I got like another clarifier, right? I asked this card for a clarifier. So the first card was 32, the Fairy Godmother, Revelation, Discovery, Epiphany. 13, the Elf Queen, Introverted, Burden, Responsibility. 16, Soulkin, Recognition, Family, Kinship. And 40, the clarifying card, is Queen of the Darkwood Elves. So hopefully I can remember everything that I said, or I guess what needs to be said. So this may resonate for someone who had a lot of burdens, or your whole life you've had a lot of burdens. You've had to take a lot of responsibility. You may have grown up in homes where there are things you shouldn't have seen or experienced, or you had to take care of the family, or you just were around a lot of stuff. You grew up quick. And because of that, you've carried a lot of burdens your whole life. You've actually internalized a lot of people's own shit as your own shit and took on responsibility for other people's shit, right? And so this is how you kind of know there's resonates for you. So, and my mouth is dry, and I don't want to pause because I'm still working through some of this, not feeling well, and so I gotta go to work tomorrow. So, anyway. So that's how you know it's for you. You may have been very introverted or whatever. And so the last, what Spirit was telling me, within the last 7, 8 years, you've really been on like this journey of self-discovery. You've been asking yourself more questions, or been wondering more about certain things in your life. You've also been doing a lot of healing work in some areas. So I'm going to really cut to the chase here. Lucky you guys, because I can't be winded. Spirit is saying that whatever it is that you heal from, on the other side of this is going to be friendship, kin, and recognition, family, or things like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be those things. So if you have been healing from abandonment, right, and you have healed that wound, so you don't get in situations whatever that creates you to feel abandoned. If you just repeat that cycle, right, you've broken that. That was one of the hardest ones for me, just to keep it real. But when you know you broke it, you can then see it coming towards you, right? On the flip side of that, once you heal, the biggest message from Spirit is like, once you heal these traumas, you will then get the opposite of that times 10, like, and times infinity. So if you were healing from abandonment, on the flip side of it, you are now going to be in jobs, relationships, connections, community groups, whatever it is, and have supportive energies around you that aren't going to abandon you. It's going to be the complete opposite. It's going to be people actually show up for you and they show out for you like you do for them. And it doesn't have to be in mass scales. It's not about that. It's about whatever the wound is that you heal, you're going to get the opposite of that times infinity. And so the clarifying card was talking about, and that's what I started talking about, the premonition, foreshadowing, and mystery, is that how you know that you are, how you know that you are healing, have healed more through some of these inner, some of these deep-rooted wounds are that have hindered and created barriers in your life, consciously and subconsciously, is that you're going to have this foreshadow now. That's how you know you're healed, because you're like, oh, this looks familiar. I've been down this road before. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And the more you do it and the more tests you pass, sometimes, and I've said this before, sometimes it may have been a couple months and I realized, this is something for me, or a job, may take a year or whatever, even though I already kind of knew, or a relationship or connection, right? And so the more I started to recognize it, the more I healed in between those things, or whatever it is I need to heal from, whether it's a falling out with friends, whether it's a loss of a job, whether, it's a loss of family, or whatever it is, that you healing that and internalizing it and doing your own healing work, then you're going to start to foresee it coming. The test really won't seem like tests because you already see it coming. You already know what it is. And Spirit is saying that beyond that, you'll also have the beautiful side of what you've healed. So if you've always been in codependent relationships, or you've always been people pleaser, you're going to be in situations where it's an equal give and take, and you'll be able to recognize when someone's trying to gaslight you, or you'll be able to recognize narcissistic tendencies out of people, because until we heal these things, they will show up in different areas of our life. If you have a narcissistic boss, and especially if you've been around a lot of those energies in your life, and you may not realize it until recently, you will notice that once you, it's not that they won't show up in your life anymore, it's that it won't affect your life. You won't be in that dynamic anymore, because you won't be on the opposite side of that. You'll be a healed version. You'll show up empowered. You'll show up like, no, I know what I know. You'll show up healed, whole. And not to say you're not whole if you're not healed, because that means that someone's lack. And that doesn't mean we're all on different levels. We're all on different parts of our journey. So this is just about when you're ready to take this step to healing, to know that on the other side of it, you will never feel lack in that ever again. One, because it's healed and you won't be seeking it. And two, because spirit, your divine light, that's the reward. That's the benefit of healing. So the other message was like 8.5 minutes, so I cut this down short, so that's good. I truly hope that you're healthy and happy and full of joy. May you love and be loved. Heal. Don't harm.